outside. Santa Ana winds blowing hot from the north. We were born to ride. Roll down the window, put down the top. Crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let the music stop. We gonna ride it till we just can't ride it no more. From the side bay to the valley, from the west side to the east side, everybody very happy, 'cause the sun is shining all the time. It's like another perfect day. I love it.
Thanks so much for clicking play and joining me on this episode of She Got Next. My guest today is Jeanne Vetter. She's the Vice President of Global Partnerships with the back-to-back World Series champions, Los Angeles Dodgers.
We love it.
As I was preparing for this conversation, I was getting all excited about the championship run all over again. I'm wondering, are you still on the high?
Yes, it's amazing and crazy and awesome. Going back to back has been incredible, and I am still in awe. I joined right before we signed Shohei Ohtani in November of 23, and then we went on this just meteoric rise, and it has been an amazing thing to be part of. And it's a lot of fun.
It's crazy. So, like I said, I've been getting rehyped from the win. I'm a big baseball fan.
Nice.
I talk about it all the time. Baseball is my favorite sport. And that series, I mean, it was talked about as probably one of the best series ever. I watched every out. I might have missed a couple of pitches here and there. But the fact that I was going back 4 weeks after the World Series, watching highlight reels, watching play after play, so many incredible plays were just like coming out of nowhere. And even if you weren't a Dodger fan, you had to fall in love with that series and the personalities on the field.
So fun. And I think you nailed it. It transcended sport, it transcended entertainment, it transcended baseball, and it transcended generations. I mean, my niece, who's 15, has never watched. I mean, she comes here, but they don't live in town, and she was glued to the series, and all her friends were glued. And she was having a watch party for all her 15-year-old girlfriends, and I'm like, this is incredible. It was awesome. It was
so awesome. And I need to chill out a little bit because I'm getting rehyped seeing all of it. But I'm wondering, as a member of the team, like you said, you've been there 2 years back to back. Well, first of all, have they considered you the lucky charm? Have they given you?
It's a great question. I'm not taking credit for it, but I am not their bad luck charm. So I'll take that all day.
But as you were watching, as the world was watching, are you watching with other members of your team? Are you pacing? Are you wearing lucky socks? I wonder, as, again, a member of the team, how you take it in.
Yeah, it's a good question. So I'm a former professional athlete. I played volleyball, and then I played also in college, and I had all sorts of routines that, I think just develop into superstition. I went to Toronto for the first couple games and experienced that, which was great. And then we were here for the next basically 5 of the series, and being amongst my friends, a very small group of friends for those final games, was a really special moment because they are diehard Dodger people. And it was amazing to not, I didn't have to be on. I was just locked in the game. And actually, when we won, I didn't realize what had happened. And I turned to my husband and I said, why is everyone so excited? We just got out of and before I could say inning, I realized what had happened, and everyone was losing their minds. So it was a really fun, sort of intimate setting with a small group of friends. But it's stressful, but I don't know. I always was like, why not? Why can't we do it? Crazy things happen in baseball all the time. It was just that kind of energy the whole time.
It's funny, my family group chat, whenever a big game is happening, we all have our individual teams, some teams that we share. Yeah. Baseball is the favorite among the majority of us, and we live all over the country, and it's just the group text is going insane. Can you believe I can't? Where are you sitting? Don't move. Don't go to the bathroom. Whatever you have to do, stay in the same place. Totally. Baseball, I feel is the sport that has the most superstitions. When you walk up to the plate, you've got to tap, you got to adjust your hat, So as fans, we do the same thing.
In all fairness, I will say you just jogged my memory. Our team, there's a member of my team who started this cake tradition during the playoff run, and she would put a 7 and she'd say 7 more wins. And then there'd be a 3. And as we counted down, we were together for most of those games, but games 6 and 7, when we had 2 more wins and 1 more wins, we weren't together for that. And I brought a small cake, the same cake we bring. I brought the small cake with the candle. It's sitting around here. I'll show you mine.
You don't eat the cake? You and I are so different.
No, we ate the cake. Here's the candle. So it was 1 more win. And I put that on and did that with my friends just out of pure superstition to go, okay, we have to do this. So yes, I am superstitious.
There's a line that comes to my mind right now. I'm thinking about the excitement and just the celebration, the elation, and the relief that you could see on the face of the players as they all surrounded the pitcher's mound. I don't know if it originated with Brad Pitt. I remember it from Moneyball.
Yeah.
Baseball is so romantic. It's just, I think that series and that ending is the exact example, the feeling like, how do you not fall in love with baseball? The romance of baseball.
It is, it's a beautiful, beautiful sport to watch and to see the journey throughout the whole season of this team. And it was truly a team. I mean, we have superstars, but without the play of everybody throughout the season and the way they trust each other and pick each other up. And then to see like that last, as incredible as Yoshinobu Yamamoto was and is, that series, an entire run, was a team effort, which is incredible.
It was. And I'm excited for the new season. We're fast approaching the 2026-2027 season. And I didn't properly introduce you because I will likely just insert your name here at some point,
Sure.
But you're the VP of Global Partnerships. And correct me if I'm wrong. I assume that part of your job means like you're vetting organizations, brands that want to associate themselves with the iconic Dodger brand. And I was kind of thinking about, it might be kismet that your last name is Vetter and what you do is vet brands. Did that ever
didn't think of that. Okay. I love it. I'll take it. Yes.
The Dodgers. Now I'm a Yankees fan. I grew up
Awesome.
a Yankees fan. I'm a fan of the Dodgers for a number of reasons that I'll get into. But what I think the Dodgers and New York have in common, in addition to being iconic cities, is the history in the league and the way they lean into the culture of the city and how it's reflected in their fandom, the diversity on the field, music culture, all of those things. Jay-Z has a line in his song, Empire State of Mind, made the Yankee cap more famous than a Yankee can.
Yeah.
I think the Dodgers have, we got Snoop, we got Cube, we have Mary Hart repping the LA.
Amazing. Yeah.
But in thinking about the brand, talk to me about what you look for in partnerships. Like what makes sense as a partnership, again, with the iconic brand that is the LA Dodgers?
Yeah, it's a good question. And you nailed it. That's what I do. We just vet brands to ensure that the partnerships that we're doing align with our pillars as a brand, and also are going to add something beautiful to our fan experience. So how does that come to life through our brand partnerships? And some of those are rather unexpected. We did a deal with the Panda Restaurant Group, and every time you win, you get a very inexpensive meal through Panda. And it went viral. It was amazing to see. It's like, all right, if, nobody else got me, Panda got me. It's like this incredible, these memes that we see. And so some of those come to life in ways that you don't really expect. The unique thing, and I think you said it really, really well with the Dodgers and the Yankees, not only the history, but the way we lean into our community that make us. And the Dodgers absolutely know that without our fan base and our community support, we would not be where we are and who we are today. It's actually a beautiful part of my job. I come to Dodger Stadium, and it doesn't matter what race, what sexual orientation, what, age, where you are, and, the generational gap, you can be 2 or 102. Everyone is rowing the boat in the same direction, and it's rooting for the team. And it's a beautiful thing because I think Los Angelinos and Dodger fans also really view the Dodgers as their team. It's like their backyard team. And so there's a very intimate connection with our fan base. So when we look at partners, we look to see how will this help level up the fan experience? And it's that's part of the overall mix of what we look for. in those companies, which is great.
I think it's important, and I imagine it's top of mind for you, like, because you're such a big brand, visible brand. I mean, you could go anywhere in the world and see someone wearing that LA logo on their hat. But that the vetting that you have to do and to ensure that the brand that you all have built, the brand that your fans rely on, who they know, that it makes sense. And I'm thinking, 2 days ago was MLK's birthday, and something I learned recently, and I'm kind of upset that I just learned this recently, that on March 28th in 1970, a game known as East-West Major League Baseball Classic was held at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles in memory of Dr. Martin Luther King, who was assassinated just 2 years before. And I'm like, God, that was such a short time ago to have that baseball classic held there. Such a short time ago. A lot of times when you're watching videos and you think of it being so long ago, but so there's that. And then also, of course, in 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier as a member of the Brooklyn Dodgers. And I think what sports fans are attracted to, and we can have a little conversation about this, because I know you mentioned you were an athlete, and we're going to get into your athletic career. You had an incredible career. But as a fan, for me anyway, it's important for me to associate myself with organizations that really live up to the values that are reflected in the community that they sit in. Like you said, the diversity of fans that are in those seats, that are buying the tickets and buying the gear. And for the Dodgers to have this long history of, again, wanting to break barriers, to celebrate a historic icon in American history and be demonstrative. I mean, even thinking about the World Series, I'm going on a tangent here, Jeanne. I swear there's a question here somewhere. But I was thinking about DEI during the World Series run. And after every game, I always associate this with baseball, because DEI is about finding the best talent. And baseball has been looking high and low all over the world for talent. And when it's time after a game and the announcer comes or the sideline reporter comes and speaks to someone and they have their translator there, it gets me excited, because that's like, this athlete can play. And the team understands we're going to wrap services around you to make sure that we put you in the best possible position to succeed, and to signal to the people who speak your language that we want you to be able to communicate with them and for them to be fans of us. And again, watching the Dodgers run, knowing the diversity on the field and the history of the organization, I got to imagine when you kind of drive up every day and you're walking the hallways, it's just kind of hitting you from every direction how amazing it is.
Yeah, it is. I'm honored to work for an organization that celebrates that and leans into it. And it is, I uncover things almost every day, if not, every day, weekly, on our history and what that looks like, and how we continue to work towards, making that a priority and that a goal. It's awe-inspiring sometimes.
Well, I've teased this a bit, talking about your career as a volleyball player. As I was Googling and trying to find more information about you, I came across an interview, a profile of you in your alma mater's magazine or online platform. You went to USC, and I know that you are a proud Trojan. Talk to me a little bit about that experience. I know you're a SoCal girl. I'm a NorCal girl, but talk to me about walking the campus, being a student athlete. What were some highlights of your time on campus and playing that sport, volleyball?
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. I wanted to participate in a program that could compete for a national championship. I also wanted to go to a school that valued not only academics but athletics. That was a big piece for me, and a big football school, because I was ready to just enjoy all of those things that university had to offer. But it was awesome. I mean, you are in a big prestigious university, but a very small group of 500 plus athletes, and you eat together, you train together, you work together, and my ride or dies are still from college. I mean, there's a few before that, but like I've been able to, keep those friendships, because you battle together and you struggle and you win and you lose together, and it teaches you so much. But it was so fun. It was an incredible experience. I couldn't be more proud to be a USC Trojan and have played volleyball there, and to see the program continue to develop. And now we have a beach volleyball program and storied national champions over and over, and it's just been awesome. And then what it's done for all the women in my life prior to me, my generation, before me, it's been incredible. I feel so thankful.
I feel like volleyball is the next big women's sport that's about to blow up.
So.
LA's getting a team. San Francisco's getting a
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
It's huge. Well, tell me about how you even found the sport. I read in that profile that you didn't start thinking about playing on that collegiate level until you were in about 9th grade, but you found the game a little bit earlier than that, potentially. Tell me about that introduction.
Laptop. I grew up down in San Juan Capistrano, and there was, PE. And I was fortunate enough to have a PE teacher who wanted us to try everything. So she, introduced me to volleyball. That's really how I got my start. And then a very common thing to do in the summer for kids was junior lifeguards. And so as part of that process, and then that lasted, for, I don't know, a few weeks. And then there was like, what are we going to do with our kids? And I got basically like, hey, you should try this volleyball camp. And that's kind of really how my career started, was kind of 7th, 8th grade, this volleyball camp. And then some people recognizing some things in me that, I wasn't thinking about, nor were my parents.
What kind of things were they recognizing about you as an athlete?
Yeah, I just think like maybe a natural ability, because I hadn't really played before. I hadn't had any, sort of professional coaching or any sort of instruction. I was kind of naturally maybe gifted at that time for, 11, 12-year-old to just pick up the sport. And then it's like, oh, let's see kind of where she goes. And I came from a family that I'm the youngest of 4, and my dad was a LA sheriff and my mom was a nurse. And there wasn't a lot of extra to pay for sports. It was like, that's what you did in school. Mm-hmm. And so when it came to that, it was a very difficult conversation, because my parents like, we're not paying for sports. We don't have extra for that. And so a couple people from the volleyball community kind of intervened and just said, this could lead to something in the future for her that, could pay for school. And that really opened their eyes and mine. I was still kind of young and didn't really understand it. I just knew I liked the sport.
I think that's how it always starts, right? If you have that love and people can see the love plus the passion and just kind of the innate ability, you are so lucky when somebody says, I see this in you.
Yeah, very lucky.
Can't let go of that. Something that you mentioned in that article, you said there were a few things that you learned from playing sports in general as a kid. And they are how to get along with teammates, how to be coachable, how to fail, succeed, and fail again. Tell me a bit about those lessons and how you apply them to the role that you have with the Dodgers. I mean, all you guys do is win, win, win. I don't know where the failing is coming from, but
the team, yeah. Well, every deal we go after and put effort and blood, sweat, and tears in is not always a win. For whatever reason, it doesn't work out. Budgets aren't there, or they've brand decided to go in a different direction, for whatever reason. So when you lose that, and then you just can't get too low with the lows and too high with the highs. And to me, feedback is another like really important part of my life. If somebody's investing me to say, Jeanne, I want you to do this better or change this, or it means that they actually care. I've always viewed feedback as very positive because of my years of coaching. And not everybody feels that way about feedback. So when I invest in my team and give feedback, it's because I care and I want them to, and I explain that, because oftentimes, different generations are used to different levels of feedback and depending on their experience. So that's been amazing. And then the whole teamwork aspect. I mean, I lived, breathed, sweat, failed, succeeded with, 12, 16 women over 4 years. And we're not always gonna get along and see eye to eye. And not only that, you're competing with those women for starting spots and space, and there's injuries. And so there's a lot that it taught me about just resilience, saying you're sorry, receiving an apology, working through tough stuff, and then showing up that afternoon and being like, all right, here we go. We got this. I use that all the time here. And also being able to sort of impart that experience and a little bit of wisdom on the next generation coming up.
I think it's so important. The data kind of backs this up. I shouldn't say the data does back it up. Women playing team sports, girls playing team sports, better positions them to succeed professionally, take those lessons and to see each other and want to position each other in the best way possible. So you all are working towards a common goal and you're not seeing each other as competition, but as opportunities to collaborate. And again, hopefully get a win, get a championship, hang a banner.
Exactly right.
Well, I like to spend the last 5 minutes or so of the show asking the same 4 questions. And the first one is this one for you. None of them are scary.
All right.
What is your first or early sports memory? Watching a game, playing a game, going to a game. Is there anything that you could look back on and be like, that is kind of the thing that planted the seed in me?
Yeah, we went to swimming and diving in the 84 Olympics, and which was amazing. My dad was an LA County sheriff, so somehow he wrangled some tickets for us to go see that at USC. And I remember thinking like, oh, I mean, the athletes were amazing, but it was like the pins and I just remember this little eagle and the pins and thinking, God, this is a really cool experience. But I'm the youngest of four, and all of my siblings played sports in sort of grade school and then high school. And I was just always sort of rug ratting around trying to keep up. And I feel like they had an impact on me just wanting to like keep up.
Jeanne, you and I had similar backgrounds. I'm the youngest of four. We all played sports growing up, and I'm the runt of the group, small but aggressive. So I was like running after my brother, wanting to play well. What about a sports movie that you have on repeat or that you quote? Is there one that comes to mind for you?
No, I was thinking about this. I mean, there's so many that I love. I love the Bad News Bears. I know that's baseball, and but it's great. I also didn't see Sandlot till much later in my life, which was awesome and funny. I just watched the F1, this new F1 movie that just came out. That was a blast. I mean, there's I don't know. I will say the volleyball scene from Top Gun is like ingrained in my brain. I know it's not a sports movie, but I'm really bad at remembering movie quotes, so I don't. But there's like, women don't cry in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. There's A League of Their Own, which I love. I realize those are all baseball movies, but one that I absolutely love and I never turn it off, even if it's like on, with commercials, is Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington. And that movie, I still cry, I still laugh, I still like, there's so much in that movie that I'm proud of to be part of sport, because I think sport transcends a lot. That's an incredible movie that I always go back to.
You called out some good ones. Bad News Bears. I love that movie as a kid. I never watched the remake, but
neither did I, but I probably should.
Sandlot is one I'm quoting all the time.
Great.
I was thinking about all the sports movies as you were naming these, all the ones that are based in LA, like Angels in the Outfield, The Mighty Duck. Like, oh my gosh,
right? It's a lot.
LA, so there's going to be stuff about LA. All right, so I also want to provide you with an opportunity to shout out a person or a couple of people who have really been instrumental in the success of your career, in your professional trajectory. You spent some time at Riot Games before you were at the Dodgers. I know you worked for Fox Sports. So you've had a nice, long, and diverse career in sports. But I wonder if there are a couple of people that have just been with you that you can look back and be like, that's my girl, that's my guy. We got each other. And it's been amazing.
That's really it's a great question. My very first boss was a guy named Anthony Genstad, and he was in the medical device world and still is. And I told him that he ruined the rest of my bosses for me, because he was awesome and incredible and supportive, and he wasn't looking at me as a young woman. He was just looking at me as a young person. And I didn't really realize how important that was to me. But throughout my career, I've had so many amazing, amazing people and women that I've worked with. And I'm really thankful. Michelle Tom is one of them I worked with at Riot Games. She's incredible. Another colleague of mine, young up and comer who's at the Angels, Jessie Hampton. She's Jessie Hodgkiss now. So I'm thankful for so many, but those are a couple that really stand out, that have just been supportive. I can throw things, off of and around, and they also fill in my gaps, which is incredible. So thankful for those. I'm sure I'm missing plenty, but
that's all right. I'll put in a little ticker that says she loves all of you, even though she didn't name you. Perfect. She's thinking of you. The last question I like to ask relates to the show title. Somebody recently asked me why the show is called She Got Next. It's really kind of a call out for if you play basketball, pick up basketball.
Yep,
When you go
for
to a
sure.
court, it's who's got next. But also because of this last question, I'm wondering how you are creating space for the next generation of women in the industry. Who's next?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and I am a fierce advocate of women in the industry, but in all industries, I will make sure I will do everything in my power to ensure that young women who are coming into sport or whatever industry it is, not only get here but stay here, and find a way and a voice. I think we have all probably experienced men and women who haven't been supportive of one another, and I find no space for that. I think it's ridiculous. And I work really, really hard to make sure that there is space I carve out time in my day. I just started this once a month little lunch here at the Dodgers with a group of young women. That's their first job, many of their first jobs out of college. And I said, let's just go have lunch. And it's casual and easy because I don't know. I just feel like I've had incredible people in my life do the same. And I feel like I owe it to those who came before me to make space for those who are coming after me. So I really, as busy as I am, I will carve out, 20 minutes, half hour. Let's meet, here next steps. If they follow through, it's not a one and done. It's okay. Here's what I want you to do. And if they follow through on that and they invest in themselves, then I'll continue to invest in the relationship.
Well, I appreciate you carving out 30 minutes or so
Thank you
for this conversation, Jeanne. I'm sorry if I was jumping through the screen with too much excitement thinking about the
it's great. It's contagious. I appreciate you, and I'm really, really honored you even wanted to talk to me. So thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Thank you. And thank you again for watching this on YouTube, listening on Spotify, following along on Instagram and Blue Sky. Until next time.